Even if you don't know his name or you can't recognize his regular speaking voice, you may not know his face even if you passed him on the street. But you know him. Jim Cummings, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, the Tasmanian Devil, King Louie, Darkwing Duck, and more than 400 plus voices. Jim was born November 3, 1952 in Youngstown, Ohio. An avid Saturday morning cartoon watcher, Jim would often imitate dolphin voices throughout his childhood. At the time, his teachers and peers were not impressed with his impressions, but he was a man on a mission and was sure from the beginning that voiceover is what he wanted to do. He later relocated to New Orleans. He worked as an artist of sorts, decorating parade floats. He moved to California in 1984 and started his voiceover career. His very first voice role was Lionel the Lion and Aunt Fira in Dumbo's Circus. His voice career began at Disney, like many of the great actors and artists. In 1988, he replaced Hal Smith as Winnie the Pooh. He was known to constantly practice the Winnie the Pooh voice and spontaneously burst into the voice. So when Hal became too old to voice Winnie the Pooh, Jim was the perfect replacement. He was the understudy for Paul Winchell as Tigger as well. In the early 2000s, he was cast as Tigger in the Tigger movie. In 1991, he was hired by Warner Brothers as the voice of the Tasmanian Devil. He was finally working on his dream career. He became the character that he loved all throughout his childhood. He became such a large part of Saturday morning cartoons.
I just got my big butt glowing, that's right.
Not my Swiss Army head clipper.
Taz hate soap, Taz hate water.
Let's send him to immigration. We got other problems.
Not only was he an extremely talented voice actor, but he was also a very talented singer. He worked as the singing voice of Scar in The Lion King, when the original voice actor suffered voice issues.
The king undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the wonder I am.
He was also the singing voice of Rasputin in Anastasia.
Soon she will feel that her nightmares are real.
One of his most infamous voice roles is one that is still easily quoted today.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's right, he was also the voice of Smokey the Bear. There is hardly a cartoon around that Jim didn't appear in at least once. He has one of the longest lists of voice work in the business. As a voice actor, it is difficult not to look up to such a talented and miraculous actor. No role was too small or too insignificant for him. He made each and every role his own, with loud screams, bird caws, monster screeches, the works. It never mattered if there was one line or hundreds of lines. It is always such a pleasant surprise and kind of like a scavenger hunt to find the character that Jim is in a cartoon. Happy birthday, Jim.